Today we're going to talk about what musicians can do to utilize Kickstarter.
Crowdfund Genius Take 1.
How's it going? ZACBOB here. Welcome back to another episode of Crowdfund Genius Live. Today I have Ntuna from JobPack. He's going to come on and ask us a question here in a minute. But first, I want to make sure that you're checking out our podcast on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. It's a free download. You got a bunch of great information on there. Case studies, interview with crowdfunding creators, and they share it all. They're telling you how they ran their campaigns and how they were able to get successful funding through Kickstarter and Indiegogo. All right, Ntuna, if you want to come up here and ask your question. So Ntuna from JobPack, a local, kind of local, Oklahoma startup. So go ahead, Ntuna.
All right, so I wanted to thank Zach for bringing me on. My question today was, how can crowdfunding be used to help people in the music industry take advantage of crowdfunding? Okay,
so like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo type. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's pretend that you're a musician, Ntuna. Okay. Like you're this awesome musician. What type of music would you? What type of music would you be performing?
Let's do hip hop.
Hip hop.
I've got a lot of friends. I've got a lot of friends in various forms of music. So DJs, jazz. So nothing in particular.
Okay, so we'll say hip hop, DJ. You know, that type of thing. Maybe you're making beats or something like that. But so you got this fan following. You got this following. Maybe you have a Facebook audience. Maybe you've built a Facebook audience, or maybe you've built an email list, which is usually, you know, a lot of musicians kind of miss out on building that email list, which is something that everybody should be doing. No matter what your business is, you should be building an email list. We can get into that, but that'll take a whole nother episode. There's plenty of other episodes where we talk about that. Okay. But you're a musician, you've got this following, right? Now you got to kind of tap into this following. And if you don't have them on the email list, first thing you need to do is try to convert them and bring them onto your email list. And once you get them on their email list, then you got a whole world of opportunity. You can ask them questions, ask them what they think about your music. You can even ask them how much they would pay for one of your albums. You can fill them out in advance, kind of get an idea of how into you they are. Like, you know, I mean, are they diehard fans, or they just listen to you every once in a while? How do they listen to your music? Is it via Spotify? Is it via Facebook? Is it via iTunes, or however it is that they go about listening to music? This is all information that you can get from them just by converting them to your email list. But more importantly, is you can set up your rewards in advance. You can set up maybe that next album, like maybe how much you're gonna charge for that album. You notice I said you can ask them how much they would pay for an album. You can ask them, you can poll them, how much would they pay for an album? And then you'll kind of know where you should set your reward prices at. You can have, you know, your early bird entry. So if you're putting out your album, let's say everybody says they pay around, I don't know, $9 for your album, you could start off at maybe $7. Have your first 50 early birds at $7 for that album, and then after the first 50, you sell out at that, and then after that, you up the price again to another level to the $10, or maybe even more, $12 or $15. That's completely up to you. You could offer them to come onto a track. That's another thing that you could offer. Like, hey, you know, if they offer that, you know, the baller package, like $10,000 or maybe less, $1,000, $1,500, depending on how big of a following or how big of an artist you are, you could offer them to come in and actually be involved in the making of your music. You can offer them to be there while you're recording. Maybe they want to make a certain song about a certain individual. You can offer that in as part of the album. Like maybe for Valentine's Day, there's ballers out there. I mean, there is. That's why people put that baller package out there, because you never know who's going to come along. Maybe Elon Musk stumbles onto your thing and decides, hey, you know, for my wife this year, or for my girlfriend, I don't know if he's married, but for my significant other, I want to give her this hip hop song, this hip hop tribute. So maybe he wants to write a song about that. So those are just a few ideas of what you could do for rewards for a crowdfunding campaign for your album, or if you're in a musician or in the music industry. So that kind of gives you an idea. So make sure you check out JobPack and Ntuna on Twitter. What's the website? JobPack.com?
Yeah, so the website's JobPack.com. We build HR tech software to help enhance the process for hiring.
Oklahoma City startup. Thanks for tuning in. Happy crowdfunding. ZACBOB out.